Oh dear. Well, I have absolutely no idea what YouTube has done to its settings, or what I have done to YouTube to upset it so badly that it would do this to me, but it has. Every time I set up a stream now, it's just like, nah, we'll not bother. We'll just make it absolutely impossible for you, mate. So that is where we are at. We are back, though, thank God, with another live stream, because I was feeling chatty. I hope you are well. I do apologise for everything going absolutely haywire, but not to worry. What absolutely mad shenanigans that YouTube has perpetrated against my streaming person. You know what I mean? Ugh. All I want is for stuff to just stay reasonable so I know where I'm at with stuff, you know? But no. no. YouTube wishes to test me, and test me it does. Test me it does. But not to worry. Here we are. Oh, we still exist? Pass. I couldn't say with any great certainty. Oh, we still exist? That charming man. Which charming man? That charming man. How are we, everybody? I hope we are all well. I'm feeling particularly unhinged today, so here we are. I thought I'd do a stream. You always bring me to a good place. I don't want to say bring me down, because you don't bring me down. You bring me to a good place. You are good people. And where would I be without you? I don't know. Probably somewhere slightly over there, I'm being honest. So, my friends, again, apologies. YouTube has thrown me a googly, and I do not understand why. All to do with the orientation of the stream. I haven't stopped or changed doing anything, but YouTube has decided that it must shit upon me from a great height. And be shattered I am. And here we are. I'm glad you are here with me. Sorry if the haywireness of everything is upsetting you, you know. I don't know. What is going on? Oops, sorry. Excuse me. Fucking Christ. That's grim. Somebody just sent me a horrible video. I am here. I am present. Don't worry. Let's talk. Let's talk about perfumes, friends. Let's talk about perfumes. I have been smelling the house of Aedes de Venustas, and the foreshadowing is it's a good house. It's a good perfume house, is Aedes de Venustas. I'm not going to lie to you. They're very good. I rate them. All well made, good materials, good ideas, and they don't just make the same things everybody else does, which is a welcome relief. I'm sure you can agree. They're a good niche house, you know, certainly better than Jevois. Excuse me whilst I hydrate. The Duchefort one is nice. There is a few Ducheforts. There's a couple of Alberto Marias in there as well, and they were good. You know, he does do good stuff sometimes. You know, he does. He genuinely makes good stuff sometimes. Have I eaten my Kit Kat? No, I have not. I've got some Kit Kat, friends. I don't know if you have Kit Kats over there. Anyway, let's see who's here. Germs, welcome. Alicia, welcome. Dushan, welcome. Monia, Orion X, Christina, Carl, that charming man, charming the pants off us, no doubt. Juro, Tim Wilcox, how are you? How is everybody? Drop out. Hello, hello, Justice Doe. Creed Ventus Absolute. Daron Henderson, how are you, sir? You are a new face to me. I hope you are well, and thank you for coming. Drawn by Sense. Tim Wilcox is wearing Invasion Barbar. Sensational. Aedes de Venustas bottles are stunning. Yes. Yes, I've got the old and the new ones. Am I going to pull them out? Bollocks, let's do it. We'll do it live. Here are the old ones, right? So I really like this bottle, right? But I'll tell you what I don't like about it in a minute. And here are the new ones. Oh, sugar and spice. Where's me Aedes de Venustas? Where is me Aedes de Venustas? It should be here, friends. It should be here. I should be able to find it, but where is it? Come on, where is it? Is it at the back? Is it over here? Have I misplaced it? Can I just not see it? The forest for the trees. What is going on? Oh, there it is. Thank goodness for that. Good Lord. And here are the new ones. Right. This is the same fragrance in two different bottles. I'm happy to report that I didn't get any difference whatsoever. I didn't pick it up. If there is one, it's done me. James says, what if our pants are off already? I wouldn't expect anything less, mate. Where is... Where are we, friends? The Duchefort one is nice. The Ensembles, I think the Ensembles Japanese is really nice. I'm hoping that the performance isn't quite as terrible as I am suspecting it might be. Excuse me whilst I hydrate. How hydration that is. Oh, my back. Where am I? No, I don't want to put that in there. Yes, I do want to put that there. Oh, I'm on fire. Not actually on fire. Ordered a new duvet today. Have fun. Riveting. A case where I prefer the new ones, says Jones. Interesting. How is our duck doing? I'm feeling uppity. Uppity. Carl says, performance on Cafe Tabac is crazy strong. I can tell you why that is right now. There is a fat amber wood in that perfume. It's massive. I've got it on my skin. I tried to wash it off, and all it's done is washed everything else off apart from the amber wood. I am absolutely gutted. It's outrageous. I like the two most recent ones the most, I think, behind Iris Nazarena, of course, is Carl. Yes, I like Iris Nazarena the most. Amnesia Rose is good, but I've got Portrait of a Lady and La Douleur Exquise. I don't know that I need... If I ran out of Portrait of a Lady, I might buy Amnesia Rose, but I don't need it. I like it. It's nice. It's good. But it's Portrait of a Lady, man. What's a good price for Frederick Marles Dawn? 50ml rich and others. I'm re-smelling it and forgot how much I love the Olibanum. Pass. I mean, fuck. I know Pradeep. If Pradeep was here, he'd be able to help you because he picks them up cheap as chips. You can go to outlet stores and stuff like that. You can go to outlet stores and stuff, and sometimes they'll have the Desert Gems in. You know, you can pick them up 200. Sometimes cheaper. I don't know. You can get them on eBay, but be careful because Frederick Moore bottles are the easiest in the world. The easiest in the world to copy. You know? Like, literally, it's a round bottle with, you just have to get the cap and the label. Excuse me whilst I hydrate. Product gets them cheaper just by shopping around. He hasn't got like a contact or anything, just by keeping his eyes open. Hello everyone, lovely bottles. Welcome Sandra B. I have old style bottles of Iris Nazarini. I only realised when I saw it on the stream what a weird shape it is. It's not symmetrical and it looks oddly melted. It does. It is very... Do you know what I don't like about them? Really, it's this. The cap doesn't come up and the sprayers are absolute donkeys. Mum's having a sneezing fit. Good grief. Hold on. Omar Z says, scent of the day is Santa Majuscule. Your review pushed me to get it. It's great. It is great as well. I have a feeling put 5 sprays of the moon. Sorry? What do you mean by that? Yeah, there's one for 700 and one for 450, so there's a snidey in there somewhere, says Ryan. What is your opinion of Roja Enigma, Duck? I don't think you have a review of it. I think it's one of the best Roger fragrances. I'm not a fan of Roger as a house because he took the Guerlain cookbook, in my opinion. He basically took Guerlains, got them remade back to their former glory, put the price up by a factor of 10 and sold them all off, and then started making ouds and stuff because he was over in Dubai selling to the Arabs and stuff, you know, and he's got the accent, he's got the right accent, he speaks really well, he wears outrageous clothes, all set up perfectly. I'm not so sure he's that involved in the brand anymore. He might not even own it anymore. Or if he does own it, I think he might be getting ready to sell it because he's cheapened the bottles, the caps, everything. He's yeah, it's the brands and the releases haven't been great. So I think he's trying to make the balance sheet look a bit better in hopes of selling the brand at some point. That's just an opinion, you know, an opinion. We all have them. I've been a lot of talk of opinions recently. Here I have before you Sandalo. Do you want to know the truth about Sandalo? Got a good spray, that's the truth. Sandalo has a fat wedge of Jarvanol in it. That's the truth about Sandalo. It's got a fucking huge chunk of Jarvanol. And if you like Jarvanol, which I do, but not that much because you can get it for next to nothing, you will like this, you know? It's good fragrance. It's good fragrance. It's not worth silly money though. That's one Indian meal I will not be ordering, says Spy and Mash. Yes, I saw that video, mate. Thank you very much. I think Enigma is original, unlike something like Danger, which is Heritage, or Diaghilev, which is Mitsuga. Yes, he has. Well, he's. It's not as simple as he's just copied. They're not just simple clones, you know. Some would say they are inspired by, but let's be honest, he used to work for Guerlain for a very long time. He knows them inside and out. He knows those fragrances. He used to be a salesman in Harrods. He will have listened to informed people for a long time. He's an informed man himself. He is very intelligent. He is extremely articulate, and he has probably the best collection of vintage perfumes I have ever seen. There could be better ones, but fuck knows, because I've never seen a better collection of vintage perfumes. That talk he gave, I'll see if I can find it and put it in the chat. It's worth 2 hours of anybody's time. If you're into fragrances, it's the talk at the Fragrance Foundation. It's 2 hours long, and it is worth 2 hours of absolutely anyone's time if you're into frags. It's called Fragrance Through the Decades, and it's from the Fragrance Foundation UK. The only problem is the audio's woeful. The audio is absolutely lamentable, so you've got to turn it right up and listen in. The audience don't help either, to be fair. He is an extremely learned man, and he is extremely articulate and a brilliant public speaker, and he dresses outrageously, which is, it's just one of them things. But I mean, you're talking. I'm saying that I literally have Homer Simpson's wardrobe. I buy like 2 of everything. You know what I mean? If I like a pair of tracksuit bottoms, I'll buy 2 pairs. You know, if I like a t-shirt, I'll buy 2 of them. Anyway, he's brilliant in all of those ways, but his brand, right, is essentially Guerlain and vintage formulas of Guerlain sold at a premium. I am getting so many messages. Yes, I see Spy and Mash. Got an original, nothing beats Henley's bloodline when it comes to independent perfumery. Exactly that. Okay, so sorry, I'm getting a little distracted here by all the messages. I should really turn my notifications off, but bollocks. Also looks like a fancy Pierre Luigi Collina. It's not a bad shout, actually. I love the creaminess of Santal Majuscule. Somebody asked a question about Santal Majuscule. Where is it? Rich, Santal Majuscule over Villoresi Sandalo every day of the week, twice on Sundays. Every day of the week, it's far superior as Santal Majuscule. Villoresi Sandalo is it's a whopping great Jarvanol, you know, with a bit of a twist, but that's essentially what the fragrance is like. Let's go on eBay and see what he's selling it for, what it's going for secondhand. Villoresi Sandalo. Oh, he spelled. Oh, only 1 R in Villoresi. Why did I think there was 2? There it is. Sandalo is £146 for the new bottle. Yikes, Sandalo, £154. I'd do mine for 90 if you want the truth. It's nice, don't get us wrong, but you know. Welcome, Splinter. Rich, have you smelled a L'Omédé EDT from Guerlain? Yes, it's nice. I've got the EDP. It's nice. Am I going to buy the EDT? No. Honestly, no. Smelled the parfum. The parfum's nice, but it's not that great. Have you got some kind of contact for Pradeep, Rich? I'll keep my eyes out for darn good price, but I'm aware there are fakes everywhere, says Ryan. go to his channel. His channel's called Scent Zatura. So Scent, Zatura. And he will, if you leave like messages on his thing, I'll put his channel in the chat, my friends. I'll put his channel in the chat so you can all go and subscribe to Pradeep. He's actually done his last video is literally him talking about hope. So Pradeep he's just monetized. He's just monetized. Tried Wilmo, wasn't impressed. Which are your favourites from the house, Rich? I've got Sandello, which is all right, but it's not great. And then I've got Incensi, I beg your pardon. And then I've also got Patchouli, which is all right as well. I like Patchouli. It's good stuff. Good stuff. Is it groundbreaking? Is it going to change the world? It is not. Is it good? Yes. It's a good Italian patchouli. This is when I was going through my patchouli, Italian patchouli being the best patchouli in the world first, you know. The sandalwood, Pradeep is monetized now? Hell yeah. Pradeep has more followers than Varanus Radari now, says Tim Wilcox. That's true. Varanus Radari made a video today about opinions, which I would encourage you to all go and watch and not abuse him. Do not abuse him, please. In which he talked about, it was called Opinion or Opinions, and he essentially talked about the Lucaturin thing from a couple of weeks ago, or a week or two ago. And he didn't mention me by name, and if he had, I wouldn't be bothered. But I'd be interested. In fact, I'm not going to say anything. Go and watch it. Go and watch it and see what you think. It's a good video. I'll put the link to that as well. Do not give him abuse. If I catch anybody I know in there being abusive, you can talk to him, but if I catch any of you being abusive, I will say nasty things to you, depending on what you've said. You can disagree, you know. Oh, for fuck's sake, why can't I fucking type? Opinions. I do feel he kind of missed the point of what I was doing, though, which is, it's okay, you know. And to be fair, if he says that he thinks what I said and did was shite, which kind of is the way it comes across, that's fine as well. I wasn't necessarily trying to get everybody on side with that video. The Turin thing was more about holding a mirror up to look at Turin and talking to him the way he talks to other people. But it's generated a lot of debate, and it's generated a lot of stuff's come out of that situation, which, yeah, Tim says Varanus Radari is excellent. Give him a follow. I've said before, I think he's one of the very best fragrance content creators, especially on YouTube. He's big into bass notes. He's been there since the beginning. He's a true perfume fanatic. He's into it really. He's not got his boobs out. You know what I mean? I beg your pardon. Excuse me. What about Aquaflor? I haven't seen anybody talk about it, about that brand. I've never heard of it. Thanks. Did you enjoy their Aqua Colonia, says Nick. Pass. Pradeep was monetized now? Yes. Got a 50 mil of Theseus. I love Jean-Claude's work. I enjoy Rose and Queer and Veta Tonka, says Splinter. I just think Turin brings it on himself, said so in the comments. Yeah, Turin totally brings it on himself. He shouldn't be surprised that somebody would have he can't tell somebody how to react to anything. And I don't think he was necessarily surprised. And I'm sure he's had far worse than me talking about on the internet. And he called us unhinged, as Varanus Rodari does in the video, and that's fine. That's fine. And I've said before as well, if Lucaturin had attacked me, I wouldn't have reacted. I would have just said, fuck off, you tosser, and just moved on, like Eugene did. But he attacked my friend. And it makes us do it. I get. And then the thing is that he didn't attack. Everybody's like, oh, it's over fragrance. Rich has fucking started behaving unhinged over fragrance. No, I didn't. No, I didn't. I did not start behaving unhinged over fragrance. It was nothing to do with the fragrance. And everything to do with the fact that he tried to patronize, he tried to talk down to, and he tried to be personal about my friend. We know the inferences he was making there. It's a YouTuber brand. He didn't say that. He didn't need to. It's what he meant. You know? He's done it before. He'll do it again. You know? He lives in a feedback loop. So I'm glad it's dredged up all this sediment from the fragrance community of who and what gets said and how and why. I think Lucaturin is a shill, frankly, for some brands. And I think there's been some corroborating evidence of that. And I think he likes the notoriety. I think he likes the fame. I think he thinks he deserves that. There is the comment from Sarah McCartney where she said, Lucaturin was very, very gushing about my perfumes and said all sorts of lovely things. And when I met him, he asked me, did it result in an uptick in sales? And she said no. And he looked visibly affronted. And then I think he said awful things about her the next time she released a perfume. I think. I might be wrong about that. I'm paraphrasing there. But he's a nasty piece of work. And when I talk to him in a nasty piece of work kind of way, I'm surprised that people are surprised. I'm surprised that people are surprised. Not just him, there are other people as well, but I'm surprised that people are surprised. Like the reaction to the reaction has surprised us, if I'm being honest. But I see EC55-8 said something very pertinent to the thing. I think pertinent might not be the right word. Varanus Rodari is a great mediator. He's good at seeing both sides. He comes across as being very rational. Yes, I thought he was very fair in that video, actually. I didn't take any kind of anger or offense or anything from that video whatsoever. You know? I did think he maybe missed a little bit of the point of what I'd said, but then why would he pick it up? Why would he know? You know what I mean? Why would he know that? Maybe he didn't watch the whole thing. Then again, why would he? Very few people. You watch it live because it's live and you're like, fucking hell. Watching streams after they're finished isn't something I do either, if I'm being honest. I don't go back and watch the stream. Some people do. Some people love it, you know? And I used to do that, but I don't anymore. Maybe he watched it live, I don't know. But I certainly don't want this to end up in him getting any kind of abuse, because that's outrageous. You know what I mean? I thought it was a good video. I thought the way he set it out was good. Disagree with some of what he said. But why should he know the ins and outs of my motivations when he's not me? You know? So that's cool. I have missed a shit ton of comments. Stefan D says, what to wear in autumn at 32 degrees Celsius? That is a terrifying prospect. I would go with something light. Incense I've been wearing this week. Would you believe? I have worn Loves by Unum yesterday, and today I wore Incense Avignon. Spy and Mash just popped up earlier. It was him that gave me that fragrance. Thank you very much. Quack, quack, Rich. Hope you're doing well. Welcome, Floating Man. Welcome, Julia. I saw you back there. How you doing? Some of his early compositions are seriously impressive, like First and Eau de Campagne. Eau de Campagne is mint. Eau de Campagne is brilliant. The latest version is not that great, though. Whoever's been at that fragrance has not done it justice. I detected an amberwood. Friends. Proddy was here. Proddy, we were talking about you earlier. What a horrible man you are. A bad, bad man. And how everybody should be scared of you. Love Jean-Claude's work. I enjoy Rose and Clear and Vetiver Tongue. Vetiver Tongue is great. I was going to review it, and I think I already have. I did. Oh, God, what was I going to say? Oh, fuck knows. Is this in an interview with Sarah McCartney? No, she commented on someone's post when talking about the whole Luca Turin thing. I had a picture. Somebody sent us a screenshot of it. Where is it? It should be in here. I don't know if I've still got it, to be fair. I might be absolutely true. Oh, no, here it is. Okay. Here it is. Oh, yeah, he praised me into the skies until he asked to my face if it had been helpful to sell lots of perfume, and it hadn't, so I told him. He was visibly affronted. After that, he got Tanya to insult them. It was so childish, I can only laugh it off. And that's the man we're dealing with. And he's always been that way. And vintage members of this channel, I don't mean memberships as in like paid memberships, people who have been around this channel will know that about a year to 18 months ago, for some reason, I remember it though, because I got scared. I got scared that someone was going to come and do something, because I may have gone a little bit far, because it was when he did something. No, remember when he flounced off? It was a couple of weeks before that, so it would have been in April last year, April, May, March. I sat and said, who the fuck is Luca Turin, right? Who the fuck is Luca Turin? Fuck him. Why do people listen to him, right? What the fuck is his problem? Why is he such an arsehole about certain perfumes, right? It's got to be personal, and it is personal, by the way. Even if he doesn't know the person. I think he runs deflection for some brands. He praises everything Calix Becker does. You know what I mean? Which is fine, you know. But then he's friends with her as well, apparently. Allegedly. So I've heard. You know? And he slaughters other perfumes. The Rogers. He slaughters all the Roger perfumes, saying they're fucking shit and they're terrible and how dare he and fucking all of that sort of thing. It's like, well, yeah, you can say that, but when somebody turns around and says, no, you're shit, you're badly made, you know what I mean? Nobody should listen to you. You've got to be able to take that on the chin. And his supporters have to be able to take it on the chin as well. It's just the way it is. You know? If you're going to chat shit, you fuck around, you'll find out. And people will do the same to me. People do the same to me. You know what I mean? I get brought up on Reddit. I get fucking comments in the fucking comment section, obviously. I get all that shit, which is fine. You don't complain about it. You know? And fucking... You should just deal with it. If you're going to put your thing out there. To be fair, right, he hasn't exactly fucking, not that I'm aware of, gone around trying to fucking to do loads of mad shit. But there will be people who will use this situation, right, to try and bring about fucking their own, agenda. They're going to bring about an agenda through this and using this as an opportunity to do that. Not necessarily Luca Turin. Welcome, Jonathan. So I will keep chatting about this as long as I want to, and I will stop chatting about this whenever I want to as well. And there is nothing anybody is going to say that is going to... Fucking hell, Ali boy. There's nothing anybody's going to say that's going to that's going to affect my decision whether to keep talking about it or stop talking about it. Paroli says, I want that patchouli. It's all right. It's all right. You mean the Villarese? It's all right. Oh, wait. That's a sparkly little number. It's a lovely thing. Try and get these bottles, simply because I think they look amazing. The world would be very boring if we all agreed. It would be very boring. There'd be nothing to talk about. You know what I mean? It's fine. Ambra is my favourite. I really, 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 really want that Ambra. I really want it. Because it's not an amber, it's an ambergris. Small men seem to have big egos to make up for their inadequacies, says Spy and Matt. Yes. That's another point I kind of made. He's been shitting on people for years. Right? He's just been shitting on people for years. Why? And he refers to himself as a critic. There's no such thing. You know what I mean? They're just repressed, nasty people. Critics are just repressed and nasty people, self-appointed taste makers. All right? Am I a critic of perfume? No. I am essentially a vlogger. I am not a reviewer, although I review things. I'm not a critic. I have opinions about fragrances which I share, and I like talking about fragrances with people, which is the reason I started this channel, because I wanted people to talk to about perfume, because I don't have anybody around us who's really into it, as hard as I've tried, you know. I wanted to share this with people, which is what I'm doing. I'm a vlogger. I vlog my journey through perfume, and it makes it all the sweeter. It makes it all the better that I can share it with you. Doesn't have to agree with us, you know. Come along with us. See what happens. You remember when I bought that Sahara Noir and it was fake? Could have easily just put that to one side, said no, didn't happen. But it did happen. And it happens to everybody. It happens to loads of people. You're going to buy on eBay, it's going to happen to you at some point. It might not have happened yet. It may have happened to you. You may not just know it. As what happened to me. Somebody, someone, and I can't remember who it was, right? I'd put up on the community page, it's still there. The post's still there. And if you read, it was either a couple of weeks or a couple of months after I put it up, right? Somebody left a comment saying, Rich, I don't think that's real. And I was like, no, it's a tester. It's a fucking 100 mil. I know the whole thing. He was like, no, it's not that. He was like, if you look at the L on the plaque for the ML, he was like, it's wrong. And I was like, hey, what are you talking about? So I had a look and he was fucking right. And I was like, oh, God. And he was right. You know what I mean? I got done. I'm not trying to paint myself as some kind of demagogue, which I think Luca Turin does. I'm not trying to paint myself as some someone with like secret knowledge that you've all got to like bow and you've got to like be deferential. You know, I share my content mostly, apart from the ones who don't want to be shared, and there are got a few people. You can ask Carl. Carl asked about if he could be put in touch with the man from Japan, and I was like, yeah, no problem. Anuj could have kept Anuj a secret. You know what I mean? Dropout says, I have 875 subs. How can I squeeze money from YouTube? Well, there's a way. I didn't know you had 850 fucking subscribers. What's going on here? You've got 895. What the heck's going on here? You haven't made a video in 10 years. You rascal. You never told me. You need a certain amount of views. You need 4,000 hours worth of views. Know what I mean? I've been blowing for 41 minutes now. What you been? Who you been blowing? I've paid EDT money for an aftershave, says Germs. Yeah, there's a lot of people going that way. There's a lot of that about. Yeah, Sally boy, I've heard it in the personal. He attacked her because she rebuffed him in some way. Didn't Luca basically destroy Mona Diorio's first line? Yeah, it's all personal. It's all personal. She's dead now, but she made... That first line was brilliant, by the way. Fuck him. Smell it for yourselves. Smell it for yourselves. Queer, the leather, the original fucking leather, of which I've got a vintage bottle, and the modern, right? The original is slightly different. The Agar Wood's a little bit more present and a little bit stronger. But the leather and the smoky leather, that is fire. It is one of the best leathers I own, probably only outdone by Derby. And on some days, I think to myself, maybe it's a brilliant perfume as Queer. It's awesome. If he shat on that, fuck him. He's just doing it because he doesn't like... Yeah, he's using it to settle scores. You know what I mean? Because he's a small man. It's pathetic. In my opinion. I think people discussed my righteous indignation. People mistook my righteous indignation for being unhinged, which is more than their right. Life's about interpretation as well. Opinions, interpretation, all that good stuff. Welcome, Dev. Where have you been, you young rascal? How are you? I've had a bad experience with Mona Diorio's customer service. Well, I think I remember you telling me about that, actually. Dev says, I'm excited to announce I'm going on a trip to Italy tomorrow. Outrageous. Are you going skiing? He's going to test the wine. That's what he's going. He's going to some vineyard. A little rascal. Seeing him just like dancing among the grapes. Wow, a trip to Italy is amazing. If I remember correctly, Christina had McDonald's in Italy. MJ says, evening. Scent of the day is Mitsuko EDP, and we almost had 30 Celsius today. Yikes. We had nowhere near that, and it's getting colder tomorrow. We're actually approaching the equinox. The equinox is 2 weeks on Saturday, so then it really will start to get colder. You know, not a vineyard, Mitch, but I am going to eat at 2 Michelin star restaurants. How many stars have they got? Have they got 2 Michelin stars, these 2 restaurants? What is going on? I have a sample on the way, in fact, says Sandra. Not a vineyard, Mitch, but I'm going to eat at 2 Michelin star restaurants. Ooh, have you already planned this? Have you booked your tables and stuff? I'm getting messages like you wouldn't believe. Oh, friends, it's that time again. If you would like to like the stream, it would be extremely... It would be... Well, I wouldn't hate you for it, you know? I wouldn't hate you for it. Heat has finally broken here. 70 degrees Fahrenheit and breezy. I don't know what that is in real temperatures, mate. I don't know what that is in real temperature. This is a family trip, Rich, so everything has been planned out for me. Oh, good grief, just going along for the ride. That's mint. Are you buzzing? No doubt. What part of Italy are you going to? Have you said? How is the fitness and health going, Duck? Love the tilted Iris Nazarena in the corner. Yes, it's on the tilt. I've had to find somewhere to put it. The fitness has had to be put on hold, mate. I'm actually going to see the rheumatologist tomorrow. Maybe that's why I'm feeling a little antsy. I'm going to see the rheumatologist tomorrow, and I actually had to put it on hold because it was, of all things, the fitness that caused me to become ill again. When you've got a rheumatology condition, it flares up. You get flare-ups, and it settles back down. And the medication helps keep it suppressed. But if it wants to flare up, there's very little you can do about it, even if you're on immunosuppressants. And my illness decided to kick my ass. I'd kick my ass. It did, with the greatest of ease. I was in bed for weeks, and that's when I had to go and see the nurse and have a steroid injection. So no, it's been about 6 weeks since I've been able to do anything whatsoever on the treadmill, not the treadmill, the cross trainer, anything. Very ill, very unwell. Had the steroid injection, felt much better, and I'm going to see the rheumatologist tomorrow, and I'm going to tell her all about it. And if she doesn't do anything, I'm going to go and see a different one. I'll go and see the head of the department or something like that, because I'm 39 next month and I walk with a limp, and I don't want to walk with a limp before I'm 40, if I'm being honest. There's nothing wrong with walking with a limp, but it's putting real pressure on the joints on the opposite side of my body. So the left hip is the one that is being damaged and hurts a lot. So I'm putting a lot more strain on the right leg. Dev says, wow, Richie, you're younger than I thought. Everybody says that. Eugene thought I was in my 60s. No offense, says Dev. Are you saying that based on the way I look or the way I sound and the way I talk? I don't mind sounding more mature than I am, but looking older than I am, you know? To be honest, I'll be honest with you, it doesn't bother us in the slightest. Like, I've always been at peace with the way I look and all of that. It's more about the way I feel. Both, Rich, no problem. I'll tell you something though, my hair fell out when I was 19. I started going bald when I was 19. Can you imagine? Imagine your 19-year-old self and your hair starts falling out. What on earth? I took it in my stride. Loads of my friends were like, that's devastating. And then now they're in their late 30s, right? The hair has started falling out and they've gone to bits. They've fallen to bits. I know a few people whose hair, they've been off to Turkey for a hair replacement and they didn't tell anybody. And the first time I saw him, right, he was called Jack. He wasn't actually called Jack. This is somebody else. But Jack did go to Turkey for a hair replacement, his wife told us. And he didn't want to tell anybody. But anyway, this other kid who I knew, who came back from Turkey and had a hair replacement and didn't tell anybody, all right? First time I seen him, I was like, what the fuck's wrong with you? He was like, what are you talking about? I was like, yeah, people go bald. It doesn't grow back. Do you know what I mean? I was like, your hair's fucking different. I was like, you've had hair plugs in Turkey? He was like, no, what are you talking about? I was like, fuck off. I see it right there in front of us. See it with me. Don't you dare. Don't you dare. And indeed he has. Indeed he had. Ripping him. He was like, well, what's wrong with that? I was like, nothing. I was like, the only thing wrong with it is that you're ashamed of it. That's why I'm taking the piss. If he'd come up, it wasn't saying I'm going to take from my fucking hair back, I'd have been like, it's not what I'd spend $5,000 on, but there you go. I mean, I have a very mature hairline, so I was always insecure about balding. Don't be, mate. It'd save you a fortune on haircuts. That's something else. Richie G talks about it. He grew his hair out, right? And he started going to barbers again, right? And he was like, I can't keep doing this. He was like, to fanny on as well. You've got to wake up in the morning and sort your hair out because it's like you get bed hair. You know what I mean? So he decided to shave it off again. Where are we? 2011 probably. Sorry, writing on release psychedelic tracks on YouTube. I would never pay for a hair transplant, says DJ. You don't need it. You got massive hair, you. Should go for that much. What about the auction? Sorry. You a fan of Francesca Bianchi, mate? Honestly, no. I'm not, but I like your spelling of patchouli luli uli uli luli. Patchouli uli uli. Christina says, Rich, I'll give you some of my hair. That ship has sailed. If I rocked up with hair now, everyone would just burst out laughing, including myself, and rightly so. Christina says, let's make you a mullet guy. Yes. Grow the most outrageous comb over. Divine, welcome. How are you doing? You're wearing Xerjoff Torino 21 and you wore it to the gym. Still looking for a box of single malt and we'll declutter old fashioned. Yes, declutter that shit into the sun. 54 and still follically gifted. Some people get out of the look and the hair. Probably I just left you a comment on your video if you can ever get a hold of a bottle of FM Dawn, says Ryan. Etruscan water is a smoke moss bomb, says Ryan. It's only got the point where I only want to follow my team. It's much more for me. It's too much for me sometimes. Backwoods Rich would be a sight to see. David Beckham told the bald guy on Hot Ones that it's not too late to regrow his hair. He's never been the brightest, David Beckham, bless him. I'm not sure what is the best fragrance in the world, says Dragan. I tried today Neff's. It was nice, but always that heavy vanilla smell in the most expensive fragrances until no masculine beats Clive Christian best. Welcome, Dragan. How are you? I have too much hair. My hairdresser mentally prepares when she blow dries. She has to find her centre. So many old male rock stars seem to have very full heads of hair, except for Eno, who went bald back when he was in Roxy Music. Got to be done. I noticed you're nearing 3K, says Divine. It's true. I got 2,960 something. 2.96 is what YouTube claims. Dragan, further to your point before, I don't know what the best fragrance in the world is. I don't think there is a best fragrance in the world. Oh, sorry, friends. I'm going to have to bring you back in a minute. Sorry, friends, I had to take a phone call there. I do apologise. No, there's no gong. I wouldn't return with the gong. But there was a phone call there. It was very important and I had to take it. But yes, I'm back. Sorry. I can't bring on the gong. It's in storage. The gong's in storage, my friends. I beg your pardon. But yes. Where are we? What are people saying? Why no tone? I had to put it on silent, sorry. It was not a ploppy dump. Sorry about that. If I want to be quirky, I wear Enclave, not Dead Skunk Fur. Interesting. What's wrong with Dead Skunk Fur? Sorry, everyone, I've taken the opportunity to have a finger. As you do. But this time it's of the Kit Kat. We Serbs are fragrance experts and we are searching for the best fragrance. You will have to see which you think is, you know. It's whichever one you think it is. Oof. What did you buy? Admit. I haven't bought anything. I promise. Has anybody ever noticed how similar these bottles are? Let's just put you back, Sandalo. I'm going to sell that. I don't like that. I'm going to sell it and buy Ambra. There's tea for two. Order Jane! Woo! How fancy. Order Jane, are you going to tell everybody about your plan? Your plan for your channel? What you're going to do? Make a lot of money? Audrey's planning on selling pictures of her feet. Brooke has 7ml sample of the Lesendemodable Oud. She's got the fucking what? How much is that? That's outrageous. No, you've scared me with the videos you sent. You can block the dog, says Christina. Audrey Jane was talking about doing an ASMR video, which I've been trying to convince her of for a long time. Which she should do, but do not do the mouth sounds because it attracts the perverts. You should do show and tell. You should do story time, you know. You could do geography lessons or history lessons, you know. We were looking earlier at a couple of particular videos, some shorts of ASMR mouth sounds, and there was one woman who had 99,000 likes, and she was just going fucking mental. Tim, you don't know what the ASMR is? Sorry, friends, I'm getting messages and I can't concentrate on two things at the same time. It's making me feel things. With her spit art. Yes, she was doing spit art, which is just, I hadn't even seen that before. And I was like, that is wild. Behave thyself. That should be against the terms of service. It's certainly against my terms of service. I ain't watching that. That is bananas, mate. God knows what she'd do with bananas. But she can hold that shit for all I care. That is just, you want to do that shit, consenting adults, keep it over there. Wow. Spit art, would you believe? Have you seen ASMR fragrance reviews? Yes. Yes, I have. If you put ASMR cologne, ASMR, one word, ASMR, and then cologne, ASMR, space, cologne, there's a shit ton of them. And do you know what it is? All these people have a little fragrance collection. They've got a little fragrance collection. I'm like, you rascal, I had no idea. I had no idea. Casuals. That's what they are. Casuals. Bah, casuals. Peasants. Audrey Jane is in love with her Comet. I actually really like Comet, actually. I really do. If it didn't have that pinkness at the top. Ah. Ah. Beg your pardon. Excuse me whilst I hydrate. ASMR makes me want to go on a murderous rampage as I have that thing with noises that can tickle you a little bit, that can give you that kind of blah. Hello and hola. Welcome, Scott. My bottle of Mar Liberté arrived yesterday, surprisingly amber-like. Yeah, it's an amber fougere type thing, isn't it? Sprayed it last night, still going. Yeah, it's beautiful. And not an amber wooden sight. Not an amber wooden sight. Do you like it? Must be terrible being as popular as the duck is, says Lily. Bitter Lily. Ooh. One girl has done some Frederick Malle reviews in ASMR. It was good, says Carl. Yeah. Audrey Jane says number 5 body lotion and Comet. Whoosh. And like a floral, powdery bomb. Are you loving it? Are you glad you can wear your perfumes again now? You know? Bebe has grown up and is appreciating the fragrances. He will be all about the Chanel. Get him onto one taste. Don't let him wear bloody Chanel. Tim says, right, I've Googled it now. Sad face. Yes, Lily, fame is overwhelming. It's just too much. I'm getting messages, says Lily. From who? The Pope? Just from all sorts of people, including you. Hang on a minute. Woo! Has anybody ever heard of Maria Meloria? I think she might be hot. Nature of emotional addiction. Perfume addiction. What does and does not work when we obsess? It's an interesting topic, but I think I fancy it. It's the red hair. It's the red hair. I'm a big fan of the old red hair. It's not ginger hair, it's red. DJ Sim, it's misophonia, says Germs. The duck is attacked by females. Oh no! I know. She's hot as fuck, says Nick. Yeah, I think she's definitely got it, like. Yeah. What's her name again? Says Germs. What's her name again? What's her name again? I'll put the link to her latest video in the chat. It is an hour-long discussion. I was not expecting those liquid sounds in the background of this video, says Jane. She was not prepared. By Pope, you mean Eugene, right? He's the pontiff of fragrance, all hail and such. The duck has the Pope on speed dial. He wears Fat Electrician. He wears this, apparently. This is what this is apparently what the Pope wears. It's called Laus. This is what Filippo Solcinelli used to scent the old Pope's robes. Would you believe? I was not expecting those liquid sounds in the background of this video. I just want a pretty girl to whisper in my ear that I have good taste in fragrance. The dream. That's what every man wants. Surely. My Liberté equals love it. The bottle was unopened from 1987 and need more. I have 350 mil of that stuff, and I'm not sure it's enough. That is the type of stuff I'm going to give a rare old hiding to. I love it. I've got my 100 mil, which I think the spray is dead. I've got a 200 mil splash. And I have a 50 mil splash, which Anuj very kindly gave to me. Oh, Jane says, right, bedtime. I've just finished my spit art for the evening. Enjoy all. We are, please remember us all when you are a rich and famous 100,000 like a video creator. Like there's one of them literally got sent a car to review. It was like an Audi. She reviewed an Audi. Mental. I am actually going to go and have to dehydrate, unless I am going to do outrageousness. Bear with, friends. I'll be back in a minute. Oh, my friends, I'm back. Do you know something? I was not in a great mood earlier. I was in a funny mood. Now, as usual, after talking to you people for a little while, I feel much worse. No, I feel a lot better. I do. I feel great. I've got a sore foot, but apart from that, everything's going great. How are you all? Tell me. Dehydrating, thank goodness. Those are water noises we can't hear in this stream. Yes, Dick Curry. Them bottles are similar. That's what I said. These two bottles, not this one. This one's obviously very different. Good evening, John Hoysh. I'm curious. What fragrance in your autumn winter rotation are you most excited about wearing that you haven't worn yet since acquiring? Good grief. Maybe Ambra Rousse. I haven't worn that. Not that I can remember. Maybe Cuir de Lancôme. I haven't worn that yet. Orange Blossom Tot. Smells a bit like Cuir Canage. Maybe without the iris. It's very perfumey though. Very kindly sent to me for nothing. Very kind. Ambra Rus is top-notch stuff. I agree, actually. I think it's fantastic. I'm not sure it's one of the best scents ever, but it is brilliant. Be left in no doubt. That I haven't worn so far. Santal Noble, maybe? I know there are a lot of fragrances I'm looking forward to wearing just generally. Vanilla Van, but it hasn't been cold enough yet. I mean, it's getting there, don't get us wrong. It was actually quite warm yesterday. I was like, oh God, what am I going to do? So I bought incense. I might just continue the incense theme. Bleh. Rich, read this Italian perfume is better than French. I've said a few times that I actually think I prefer Italian style perfume to French style perfume. Beg your pardon. Welcome, Bob. How is Bob? You wearing Carmel Flower, are we? Flying Hawaiian. I do like Ambra Rus, though. I do think it's a very good fragrance. I do agree with you that it's top notch. How'd you fuck up your foot? Says John. John Sawyer? Do you want to know what it is? It's tendonitis, actually, from wiggling me toes. It's tendonitis from wiggling me toes for years. That's what happened. It's the stupidest thing. It is the dumbest thing you can possibly imagine. But that's the truth. That is the truth. That's what happened. It's crazy. I hope your foot gets better. It's actually both. It's so mad. It is crazy. Crazy is exactly the word for it. Many levels of craziness. You know? I got Eau de Glory for 50 a few months ago, says Proddy. Yeah, the Parfum d'Empire can be found at a very good price on the second-hand market. Oh, I'm sorry. It can be found at a very good price on the second-hand market. What about English perfumery? Florist, Ben Elegance? Not great, mate. If I'm being honest, not great. It's a lot of lavender. A lot of stuffy. Some are nice, obviously. Do you know what I mean? But a lot of it's not great. Is YouTube incredibly glitchy for anyone else here? I've had a few problems with YouTube. Do you know how I've set up a stream, right? And then I've gone to actually do the stream, and I've had to stop it and go back and do it again, and like start a brand new stream. That's what's been. They're in the middle of doing stuff to it, and it hasn't been great. Or they've been hacked, and they still haven't found out what the fuck's going on because they've just shat all over it. Like, it ain't working as it should, friends. It ain't working as it should. I would quite like Les Indomptables to do an incense perfume, wouldn't you? Doing swell. I'm going out later this afternoon for a long hike up into the Berkeley Hills for a view of the Bay Area and Golden Gate. Sounds nice. Sounds like agony for me feet, but apart from that, I hope you have a nice time. Ocean Rain sounds like an English perfume. Rain, yes. Ocean, no. We aren't actually bordering on an ocean, apart from the north of Scotland, the northwest of Scotland, and parts of the southwest. But apart from that, we don't actually border. We don't actually... Ireland's in the way. Ireland takes the shit. I actually live on the... I live on the east coast. So people like Tim who live on the Manchester side of the Pennines get all the wet weather, and then the Pennines break the weather. So we get better weather on the east coast than they do on the west. The west coast and Ireland basically take the flack that we would get from the Atlantic. Pretty funny, to be honest. It's not that funny, to be fair, but you know. Yeah, they're reconfiguring stuff, I reckon. Yeah, they're definitely tinkering around the edges. There's something's going on. What is going on? Can't believe Tonka Imperial has act. Enson's Mythique's gone as well. I was like, what? Surely not. But it's true. It is true. It's damn true. You know? It's true. What can you do? What shall I wear tomorrow? Shall I continue with my incense theme? Or should I move on? Oh, yeah. Oh. Cumin put me off, says Pradeep. I'm not big on cumin and Immortel, which he seems to like. Sam, I'm lost on what to do with new perfume. Step away from it for a while. Leave it. Don't look at perfumes for a while. Look at something else. Might give me an allergic reaction saying that. My God. Excuse me. Step away and do something else for a while. Don't buy any. Don't look at them. Don't think about them. There was a company, I see Dushan's mentioned Phileas Fogg. They actually made crisps called Phileas Fogg, and it was a company near where I lived that made them. I don't understand all the noise around on Bella Mordet. I got hyped because of the amazing review Lucaturin did for me. It reminds me a lot of Cornflower and Mahora. Red Montana best perfume from the 90s, unfortunately discontinued, says Dragon. Tower teasing for weeks now. Yes, he's releasing something new apparently. I smelled something that smelled a bit like Dexter the other day. Pelargonium by Aedes de Venustas smells like Tower. It's got that big creamy geranium thing going on. Medhamsley Road concert. Yes, that's right. That's literally, 15 minutes away from me? But the only reason it's 15 minutes is because you've got to go over the fucking back roads. Like, it's an absolute nightmare. How do you know that, Tim? Or did you look it up? Send me Greg's, says Lily. Have you ever had Greg's? I was thinking of doing scent of the week. Might make me appreciate the variety even more when I stop. That's why I split my perfume collection in two. You know, makes you miss the fragrances for a while. You know, a little bit of self-denial goes a long way. You know, a little bit of self-denial goes a long way. I don't think I can send you, Greg. Oh, excuse me, what is going on? No, I remembered the ad. Oh, right, no way. Hello, interference. It's me, Mulder. Hello, Mulder. Is that Gucci Pour Homme 2 I say on the left-hand side in front of Au Noir? That is exactly what you say on the left-hand side in front of Au Noir. Shall I bring it forth? I shall bring it forth, is what I should have said there. Oh, God, I'm just doing that by feel, if I'm being perfectly honest. Ooh. There you go. How do you like them apples? I like this. I had the body wash shower gel thing. I gave it to a lass, and she fucking said she was raving about it. She was like, that was amazing. She was like, I didn't know like they could be like that, you know, like shower products and that. And I was like, well, I actually have some Balenciaga Pour Homme shower gel, which I will never use. But by the same token, I will never give it to you either. So, unlucky. Stop giving excuses. Send me something else more expensive, says Brody. Greg's isn't just food, it's a lifestyle. There's an element of that, yes. I'll be at the Villa Resi Museum in early October. Fosco, guess what I found the other day? That little package you sent us. I was looking for all my scents and stuff like that. And I was like, There it is. I remember it well. Thank you for that as well, by the way. You are very kind. You mentioned incense a few days ago. Have you tried Eau Sacre by Healy? Possibly yes. I have tried one of the Healy things, but I think they're going to be the next house that I do, unless I do Schwarzlosser or Argos. But I've wrapped up the Aedes de Venustas samples that I did today. Cafe Tobac's got a fat amber wood in it, which rules it out for a purchase. I can still smell it on my hand, and I'm not happy about it. Amnesia Rose, I would own that, but I think Portrait of a Lady will suffice for now. And then excuse me, the one that I'm seriously considering buying is Encens Japonais. Oh, it's really good. Oh, it's really good. My favourite incense is Nanakun Kodo, says DJ. I'm here for entertainment, so I want live setting always. What do you think of the perfume savon? What's a perfume savon? What is it? Is it a good way to collect old scents? You'll have to tell me what a savon is. I am ignorant. I am sorry. Is that Promise? Why did I think you sold Promise? I did sell Promise. I don't have Promise. This is the night. This is the night, my friend. It is the night. This, woof. God, that is some fragrance. That it is very much on the nose. That is a lot of fragrance, that. I'll put you back. Oh, do not fall. Do not fall. Oh, wow, it's the night. That's marvellous. It is marvellous. But it is the night. Soap bars. Is it a good way to collect old scents? Yes. I have a vintage soap collection. It's over there. I thought I'd lost it for a while, actually, but then I found it over there. So I made very well. Now I've cleared out a lot of the gunk in between. Well, it's not gunk, but it's like a lot of things. I sent a box full of samples to Ramsey and Jonathan, of which I'm sure they will enjoy a lot. So I now have access to my soaps. I will do that. Also, next week, I'm looking to do the top 10 most worn perfumes of spring-summer 2024. That will be fun. I'm interested to see what comes up. Yes, Osakura also has a myrrh and olibanum thing going on. What current designer will become sought after in the future? Gucci Guilty Absolute? Yeah, but you're talking about 10 years. You're talking about 10 years away, like. It's a long time to hold on. You know? It's a long time to hold on. And there's no guarantee that it will as well. It could just fade away. I'll always like it. I'll always appreciate it, you know. Oh, wow, it's the night. That's marvellous. Olivia Clement says IA might because... What's IA? Become a big perfume by the... I'll let you finish before. Say that. AI. Yeah, AI already is... AI is already big in the creation of perfume. Intelligence artificielle. I see. Yeah, it's already a big thing. It's already a big thing in perfume as far as making it's concerned. You're right. It's already in 10 years' time. There'll be. I don't know if there'll be no perfumers left. Obviously, there'll be perfumers left, but I do think that it's just going to become a much bigger part. I remember quite a few years ago when AI first started getting touted, like the large language models and stuff. And it's, my mate said the last thing that will go to AI, the last thing that will go to AI is like the creative arts. And then I read something by the same person who'd said that a few years later. And it said, I was wrong. It's the first thing that's going to go. And it's quite interesting. If I find the article, I'll post it on the next stream. AI should just be called algorithm. That's half the marketing as the name. AI is a gimmick, guys. Don't believe the hype. It's the last bastion of capitalist profit speculation. That's why it's hyped, says John. Says Josh. That's an interesting turn. I thought. Shiver done making a ton of perfumes with AI. Yep. Essay at the Gucci stand told me Gucci Guilty Absolute was a top seller and wasn't going anywhere in the UK anyway. The Apothecary's Garden Voice of the Snake is kind of a flanker. That's interesting that they've said that. Have you smelled Heart of Leo? Have you smelled the Heart of Leo? Because I smelled that and I thought that was really nice. But there is an extremely sly amber wood in there, and it lurks and slithers, and it's trying to get away with it. It's trying not to be seen. You know? Naughty amber wood. But it's there. It is fucking there. I'm telling you. And I would love to love that fragrance, and then I smell it and I'm like, oh, you fucking little bastard. It's really nice at the top. Tim says, Heart of Leo starts well, ends badly. Yes. Like all of them. Like that Barania. Barania smells, it's all right at the top. This is the problem with first impressions, but first impressions also highlight this issue that we have in perfume and perfume marketing. It smells nice at first. So you do the video for 10 minutes and you're like, oh, this is quite nice, this is good stuff. Wait a couple of hours and you're like, oh, this is absolutely turned to shit. So I will be coming back to revisit Barania, Like, people leave comments on videos from like 2 or 3 years ago and they're like, I really enjoyed this fragrance as well. And I'm like, well, actually, I hate to be that wanker. Actually, after I smelled it, I thought it turned to death. You know what I mean? I said the same thing about Cafe Tabac, rotten. Yeah, Cafe Tabac. At the top smells a bit like Vanille Havana, and then it just dives off a cliff. Vanille Havana is beautiful all the way through. If anything, it gets better. Cafe Tabac is a pale imitation, which gets worse. Fragrance Enthusiast says, what do you think of the new Eros Energy? Well, I haven't smelled it, but I would bet that it's utterly terrible. And it's getting a lot of hype because a lot of people who would hype fragrances to get views on the channel, they'll be hyping it so that people will click on their videos and they'll get their AdSense. But I imagine it's a rotten fragrance. Personally, but I haven't smelled it, so I could be totally wrong. I always hated Le Male, and I still don't like Le Male. But the Essence de Parfum, when I smelled that with a smirk on my face, and I was ready to just jump down its throat and say it was shit, and I smelled it and I was like, ooh, what the fuck, this is awesome. I really like it. It's my guilty pleasure. I shouldn't like it, but I do like it. Strange. Not the type of fragrance you'd think I'd like, but I do. The development of AI is Alan Turing's revenge on a Charles moment in England that actually killed him. Yes, they did. He saved millions of lives, and we gave him hormone replacement therapy because he was gay. Frankly, after what he did during the war, he could be as gay as he fucking wants. But that's the way we treat people in this country. I think the government was actually scared he was a communist and he was going to fuck off to Russia with the technology. That's what really happened. If you want what I think, the truth. Rich, do you ever think about giving up fragrance collecting, thinking about all the money you have spent and no chance of ever using up all your bottles? Not really. While I still enjoy it, I'll keep doing it. I don't do it about money. It's not about money. Do you ever think about this? I have this thought at least once a month and I've only got 50 bottles. And just do what suits you. Do what suits you. Do what makes you happy. Do I ever think about stopping collecting? I think about stopping buying new things, and I have slowed down a lot. A lot from where I was. I still buy more than most people, and I still buy a lot. I still buy a lot compared to a lot of other collectors and people who talk about fragrance, frankly. But that's not to say that it's right or wrong. You know, do what's right for you. And top notes are designed to last long enough to get someone to buy it in duty free and then it's job done. Yes, that's certainly what it feels like. Certainly what it feels like. I'm very curious about Eros energy. I've got to go test that, says Josh. Do what makes sense economically for you. Yes, absolutely. Do what makes sense in a collector's point of view as well. You know, have you got any voids that you need to fill? You know, do you really need another amber? Do you really need another woody fragrance? Do you need another fougere? Do you need another chypre? Do you need another fucking animalic fragrance? You need another iris, a leather, whatever. You know? But if you want to keep going and doing that, it's personal responsibility. It's like you've got to, you know. That's just, it's just, you can take advice. I will help and support. I will tell you, all I can do is tell you my thoughts, my opinion, if you will. And this is my opinion, and it may very well be yours too. Hello, Antonio Hobson. Is that Tom Ford Noir? I love that. That is vintage noir to noir. Well, I say vintage. It's not necessarily vintage, but it is. Can you see? Golden batch code. Golden batch code, my friends. It's golden batch code. A46. It's an old boy. It's from 2016, 15. Oh, it smells so good. It smells a bit like Murder-Glantine, but with chocolate. It's got that type of rose. I wonder what that rose is. I should get on to Jura Rose about that. He'll be able to tell me. My trusted lieutenant when it comes to talking about chemistry and such. The chemistry of scent. Oh no, God, everybody look out. Galen's here. If nobody moves, he won't be able to see us. You know? It's how he senses things. Only through movement. You know? Noir to Noir is a fucking orgasmic one, says Josh. It's pretty great, like. And right behind that, says Antonio. I want to smell the Parfum de Tresse more than any of the desert gems, says Dropout. Why can't you? Do you ever go anywhere? On iPhone, it offers all messages as opposed to live chat. Can't change default. Thanks, Dropout. Do you know how to fix leaky faucets, by the way? I can't speak. I bet more discontinuations are coming, says Prodi. Yes. Yes, I think that's been a concern since Frederick Marl left, and I wouldn't be surprised. Wedding in Hawaii. You will learn that when we come to Hawaii together. That'd be fun if you just went to Hawaii and saw Bob. Be our godfather, Bobby, says Christina. If I am greedy corporate analyst, guess what I will release with Marl? I think you already have, actually, if you want greedy corporate analysis. What's it called? The pink one. Oh, fuck me dead. Acne Studios. Acne Studios is the one that you would release, and you have released it, you rascal. I shall Uber use to your resort. Let me know. My conspiracy theory is reformulation, not paying the perfumer anymore. Have I not expounded on that before? I think that's got legs, that. I wouldn't be surprised. That's not the most outlandish conspiracy theory. It's not like aliens or some shit like that, you know? Aliens is a weird one. I'm not going to go too far into it, but just the likelihood. The likelihood of there being aliens, as in other life in the universe, is almost certain. You know what I mean? It's as close to being certain as it can possibly be without being certain, you know? But the likelihood of aliens being here and being among us is as close to being wrong or not true as it can be without actually being not true. The likelihood, that is. Because it's a long way, and it's only been 14 billion years. And life on this planet's only 4.5 billion years old. I was watching something by Anton Petrov the other day who's really good. And John Michael Godier. John Michael Godier is really good. Clones is not paying anyone who created the fragrance. I disagree with clones on many levels, and that's one of them. It's theft. Save the date, you are all invited, says Christina. But yes, I agree with your conspiracy theory. Sorry to take that and run away with you. Lily says, I'm getting messages. From who? Aliens? Bet they probed you to say that. No. Well, yes, unless we consider you an alien. I'm getting messages from you, Lily. Shall I tell them what they say, Lily? Is that what you want? Lillian? She confessed her lizard nature to me. Portrait of a lady in Musgrave is your extra to parfum. Antonio, you will like 5 o'clock Eugene Jambra, and we will countenance no dissent. I bet Carnal Flower has the best coconut note and perfumery. Mentioning Vanilla Van earlier, anyone tried Tobacco Rouge by Fade On? Well, Simon Bear, Scott Bear. Funny you mentioned it. I fucking love it. I prefer it over Vanilla Van. It's sensational. I bet Carnal Flower has the best coconut note and perfumery. Sorry, Scott, for calling you a name that otherwise was not yours. Simon, I think it was. If the Esprit de Parfum from Dior sells Frederick Marl, we'll do that shit. Yes. I think I'm going to go and smell them on Friday, maybe. We'll see what happens. Hey, Trump's supposed to make public documented photo alien record that the government keeps. Yeah, that's a government psyop. That's the conspiracy. There's a thing me, Jonathan, and Ramsey have talked about before. They're going to whip out aliens at some point to justify some kind of outrageous fucking action to control the populace. It's not going to actually be aliens. It's going to be the threat of aliens, or, we've all got to give up certain things to contribute to the aliens, stopping the aliens. There'll be no aliens. Yes, I do. My OGT count is still sound. I think it's calling for summer contrary to all alien tax. Yes, that's what it'll be. Little green men tax. Little green bastards. Do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to give Lily a wrench. Let's see what Lily does now she's got a wrench. Will she do the right thing? I do believe aliens have made contact. On the record, says Lily. You're on the record, if that's what you mean, and you're an alien. Do you think that they would make them have, if they came down to land and everything, do you think they would be make them go through immigration? No! Why? Let's see if you have the courage of your convictions. Will Lily do the right thing? At least he didn't call me Fozzie or Yogi Bear. Alvin Simon Theodore. Remove it. No. I'm forcing you into a moral cul-de-sac. Let's see if you will drive out the right way. We're Fat Electrician tomorrow. I like Fat Electrician. Ooh, I'm going to see the rheumatologist. What should I wear for the rheumatologist? Oh, no. It's a showdown. Me versus the rheumatologist. I'm half paying attention. What am I to do? I will tell you. Oh dear. I was smelling gallow today. I'm not entirely sure I'm going to be able to wear this. Oh, it's fruity, is it not? It's fruity. Lily admits she has no balls. Frankly, it's about time. How do you refill this then? How do you refill the gallop? Do we know? Do you know? Do I know? I bet Pradeep knows. Pradeep, I've got a refill for the gallop. How do I refill it? Does anybody know how that refill works? I don't. I've got no idea. I've got the refill. Unscrew the lid. What? You can't unscrew the lid. Oh, yes, you can. Yes, you can. I just didn't want to give it too much in case I broke it. There it is. Look, it's even got a handy dandy sticker in case you forget what fragrance it is. Which is kind of the same as every other fragrance, to be honest. Likely because there are such vast uninhabited places that they can hide out, the Hopi and Navajo have lore about contacting aliens going back thousands of years, says Scott. I can go to Carl's channel from this chat and attain some motivation to work out. Yes, pervert. Aliens were discussed in the House of Lords in the 1950s. US is the largest alien market, says John. Yes, it's a big alien market, and that's To me, what it is, until I see it, exactly, this is the truth. Extraordinary claims require extraordinary evidence. I want to meet one. You know? Excellent explanations. We need to get Rich back to yoga. I saw the yoga teacher last week. Saw her. I was supposed to get a phone call off the lady who runs the group today, but I didn't. And the group's been off for about 2 months, and I miss it, if I'm being honest. If that lady Rich had the class with were consistent, he'd be able to. Excellent explanation, says Pradeep. What's an excellent explanation, Pradeep? I'm an Englishman in New York. I'm getting messages from aliens. Shut up. Start yoga is so good for your condition. It's true. It's true, I know. But the place I was doing it has not been on for a while. And I can't be paying this woman fucking 40 quid for like an hour. That's outrageous behaviour. Nigel took Queer Don's leather for her first release from Jean-Claude Elena. Now she's taken Akigala wood from Biche. If Eugene wanted you to direct a new Les Abstraits release, would you take the task? Would I? I don't know. Is Eugene just going to give us like a budget of like thousands and thousands and thousands of pounds for me to piss away on something that everybody might not like and that he's got to foot all the money for and I just get to take all the credit and everything for? I don't think so. Like, I don't know. Write a brief just for shits and giggles. Well, I could write a brief, but I could do that anyway. You know what I mean? If I was going to release a perfume, I would do it the way Eugene's done it. I wouldn't try and become a perfumer myself because I'd be fucking awful at it. I know myself, you know. I know myself well enough to know that I'd be an awful perfumer. Aliens, yes, sir. Rich, if you think we flopped out of a lake one evening and climbed trees, be my guest. Bobby, if you think we flopped out of the sky one evening and climbed trees, be my guest. I would like to do something like Roberto Greco. Go tell Sheldrake, body implosion smell. Imagine how dangerous the Fragalanches could be. I don't know who I would get. I don't know which perfumer I would genuinely get. I would seek out Anik Minardo, actually. And I would talk with her. That's probably my first port of call. Everyone should write a brief and Rich can do an open mic night. It'll be like poetry night, but for fragrances. You bad nerd. Go on stream and read your perfume idea. No doubt that Lily went on poetry nights with a little cardigan and her specs on. Maybe a hat and a candle. You know. Be wearing a polo neck sweater. Nerd. I wore Barania yesterday. It's mainly the berry thing. Apparently, you eat the actual berry and it makes sour things turn sweet. Didn't get much leather. I liked it though. I thought the beginning was nice and it was fucking grim. When you're purchasing fragrances, how can you tell the original from a fake? I bought 2 Zerja from different places. They don't smell the same. So was it the same perfume? Like, that's genuine, like, I'm not taking the piss. Was it like the same person you bought from 2 different places? It depends which places you bought them from. Are they reputable places? You know? Right, which 2 places were they? Like, there's no one easy way to tell if a fragrance is fake, because if there was, everybody would do that and fakes would become completely obsolete, which they aren't. As I should know, I've bought a fake before, famously. Quick thoughts on Fat Electrician, really nice. Creamy, slightly nutty vetiver. No darkness, no greenness. Grenadille d'Afrique today. Just a vetiver fragrance, really. You'd be with Anik, but you'd be thinking of Andy and his crazy hair. It's really nice, Fat Electrician, actually. It's a bit like vetiver Tonka, except less green and more creamy. SUTU, there isn't a way. You have to just get to know the bottles, and you have to look at and know the smells, you know. Both Nexus from 2 different niche stores. Have they got good reputations? If they smell, how different do they smell? You know, how different do these things smell? Like, which one smells more like the one that you know? Hey, Rich. Welcome, Zenshi. I have a question. Oh, yes. What batch year is your Lumiere Noir? I'm not going to buy a 2018 batch bottle, but the atomizer is white and not black like yours or other Lumiere Noir bottles I've seen. Don't know where my Lumiere Noir is. Let's have a look. Are you ready to look at the carpet, friends? Excuse me. They're very different. Find out which one's the most similar one to you. Check the bottles against pictures online. You know, I imagine Zerjoff fragrances are heavily counterfeited because they're very popular. You know, let me see. Oh, you bastard! There it is. There's my Lumiere Noir. No, that's my Lumiere Noir. What year or batch is it? Your guess is as good as mine. Bought mine in like 2022, 21, 20. I have no idea what batch it is, mate, and I don't know where to find the batch code. And I don't know what... There it is. 10211 is the batch code. 10211. Oh! Oh, you bastard. There you go. What colour sprayer? Silver. Silver. Sprayer silver. Like the actual nozzle. Life says fake. Fake. What's fake? Welcome, Life. Hi, Frank. Welcome, Frank. I'm manifesting sushi for dinner, says Floral Notes. ...2010 bottle. Thank you very much. It makes sense from that the 2018 bottle follows the newer design with the white silver atomizers. Could be a 2020 bottle because they renew every 10 years. Not just fake, but doubly fake. If something was doubly fake, would it not mean that it was in fact real? It's like when people say they do a 360, you know? Oh, my opinion completely changed. I did a 360. No, you just ended back where you were, you fool. Of course. Behave. Frankie Five Angels. Korean barbecue for dinner, says Frank. Then she seems to think yours is black. Lily is talking some sort of outrageous fucking pagan mumbo jumbo. Zenchi says it is. I watched the video he uploaded in 2022 and the atomizer was black on his bottle. The atomizer under the cap. I mean, the sprayer. Yes, it was silver. It was like a silver. Bobby, I have a mini Alhambra and a wee puff. It's Korean rich, says Bobby. Yeah, I know that. Like the circle the spray comes out from. Oh God, right. Well, fuck knows. I've got it out now. And Pradeep says, I love Korea. Yes, I'll let Pradeep tell that story. It's tacos or huaraches from the taco truck tonight. Coffee, cigarette, and a self-punch in the stomach for dinner. Yes. I mean, I literally just showed, like, it on screen. Calby to the face. Are you wanting us to check again? This aggression will not stand, man. Hold on a second. Like the stream, friends. Like the stream for Eugene. I'll be back. Let's have a look. What colour is the actual nozzles? Oh, you bastard. It's black. It's black. Ooh. I hope this has quenched your thirst for knowledge. Yes, friends, if you would like to like the stream, it would come as a great surprise to me. Lily, why are you saying these words I don't understand? I reckon she's swearing in Korean. She's doxed herself there. Oh, that is so sweaty. This Etienne Agna Sport fragrance is sweaty as all fuck. It has a fucking big sweaty smell. Then she says, yeah, I thought so. The bottle I saw being sold has a 2018 batch with a white atomizer. Just want to make sure I wasn't being scammed. I hope you're not being scammed. Yeah, the new Amber Away. I do like it, says Frank. He'll probably want you to remove the sprayer like Eugene likes to do. If the circle on the atomizer where it sprays is black and the batch starts with 10, it's in 2010. Yeah, more modern ones have a white circle. Okay. Appreciate it, says Zenchi. Reminds me of Tuscany, says Nick. Class bottle, that. Oh, it smells so badly of sweat. It's so sweaty. It's so sweaty. Armpit, deep armpit, untreated. I'm like, wow. I'm not a big cumin fan either, by the way. Woof. Etienne Eigner. Etienne Eigner. Oh, God knows what else. Nick says never got sweaty from it. What, the sport fragrance? Sweaty as all fuck. Watched Pradeep's Hope review, says Frank. Frank says I'll stick with the other gems for now, says Frank. I'd like a decant though, says Frank. You can get the 10 mils, but the fuck, it's like over 100 quid. Zenchi just checked my 2015 Lumiere Noir, and it's got a white sprayer and atomizer. Recently discovered Lapidus Sport, by the way. It's already one of my favourites. James is laughing. No hope for now, says Michael. I think I might save up for a Hubegant Fougere Royale Extra. It's rare to get a good masculine release like Berger and Desandre nowadays. I prefer the original over the, over the X-Tray. I think the X-Tray is needlessly expensive. And that is it, my friends. I've had enough. I'm tired. I want to take my painkillers and go to sleep. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for watching, everybody. Thank you for liking and commenting and keeping me company and cheering me up. I appreciate it. And I will see you all again soon. Good night.